to the computer. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Athena. It's good to see you again. What are you blowing?
I'm, I'm,
Hi.
I'm blowing my little starseed whistle.
Hi. It's good to see you again.
Nice to see you.
So I hope everybody did their homework, watching the movie Three Magic Words from the course one. That was important, so we can start this course two, which is called the Starseed Mission. And what is a starseed? So some people might already know what that word means or where it came from. I'll just start by just telling you a little bit of history. It goes way back, maybe over 20, 30 years ago when it, I mean, even before that, I think the word was um, first came up in some of the books by Alice Bailey. Um, so either Alice Bailey, Madame Blavatsky, esoteric information where they mentioned it. And a lot of people resonated with that word. A lot of people a lot of people that think that they have been elsewhere in the universe, not just on Earth, that resonate with the concept that there's other advanced civilizations out there that are way more advanced than us, um, picked up on it, and it just kind of popularized itself during the New Thought movement. And so we love the word, and this is called Starseed Films YouTube channel, my
And we
production
also are
company.
going to be posting this on Ask Athena Intuitive Readings. And I just want to pop in there for a second
Yep.
because I never read Alice Bailey or Madame Blavatsky.
Oh,
And I, on my own, identified as a starseed because of some starseed contact encounters I had as a child. So I had some activity, you could say, with some extraterrestrial beings, which felt very familiar to me. It wasn't scary, it was very loving, and it was filled with light. And I felt my home was from someplace else coming to the earth.
yeah.
So I don't think I came across Madame Blavatsky except for like about 5 years ago.
hmm hmm So their concept was that, and Dolores Cannon mentions the wave of beings from other places that came in during the baby boomers, and the star seeds, indigos, crystal child. You probably heard of all that stuff. So which one are you? But we resonate with the star seed concept. I've my whole life have felt like I wasn't that this planet wasn't really my or where my soul first originated as a human being, or as a sentient being. I um I think that we have a lot more to learn right right now what's going on, and I'm here to kind of our star seeds feel like they came here to make a difference, to make things the way they what resonates with them, um, and where they came from. I guess
So
that's
for me, just speaking for myself, I remember being 5 or 6 years old and going outside and talking to the lights in the sky. And they would talk back by blinking different colors in my 5-year-old consciousness. So I was having this sender receiver data going back and forth. And sometimes I would know things before they happened. Other times I could feel people's feelings or their intentions, like highly receptive, empathic, telepathic. And then other times I knew where to go and what to do without any information. There are a couple times that my life got saved because I was listening and I heard turn right, turn left, go here, leave now. So I felt like I had like a little receiver in my heart that was talking to my mind that was giving me information.
right.
And this second episode is about really star seeds and self-realization, realizing the self through, and our lens we're just presenting is our starseed missions, However, self-realization is any denomination, any religion, all rivers go to one big God ocean. And so anybody can benefit from this course.
Yeah. I gotta just say something. I love how you you take it and show us the mystical and the synchronicity and the miracles around the signs that you get as a star seed. And I'm going the super logical road. For everybody has their own way. And so it's a good balance. So I'm gonna just go logical one more time for you. What is a star seed to you?
A starseed is a soul that identifies with an origin before this birth in the heavens.
Hmm.
So
And
that
that
could be Pleiadian, Octurian. I mean, there's like uh,
different star systems.
a,
Yeah.
a ton of different star systems, and each one of them, like Pleiadian, they might come in musical or artistic. Do you see what I'm saying? Some come in to help the government, like and move things forward, like a Mahatma Gandhi or a
So
Babaji.
so then it's in alignment with the concept of reincarnation then.
I would say yes, because I'm not just this. I identify my entity or my consciousness as not just this flesh. So where was I before here? And
Yeah.
where will I be after this turns back into ashes, my little clay pot, if it burns up in the fire?
Yeah.
Where is the me that's me?
Right. Hmm.
So that goes, though, that kind of goes hand in hand with the traditions that recognize the larger self, the capital SELF, and then the smaller self, which is the ego identified self.
Yep. And that's what the masters from all walks of life and all throughout time have told us that we are part of that great self and that everyone is just a branch or extension of that, which we talked about in the first course. Um, and I think that the next topic that we were going to discuss with Starseeds is the Starseed mission. Like, how do we know what our mission is and what happens when we get on it?
Well, what happens when we get on it is massive synchronicities,
Mhm.
lots of wonderful things that are lining up. And we talked about before, like numbers reoccurring, symbols reoccurring, messages reoccurring, magical strangers coming and giving you one other clue or one other golden breadcrumb through your forest of wisdom and knowledge. And you're like, wow, that matches this, what matches this. And then this puzzle fills in. And so for me, I wanted to use one example, which was I had heard in my consciousness, go give your toilet paper to the people at Ralph's. And so I was mentioning, like, okay, that sounds weird. I don't know if I should do that. How many rolls of toilet paper do I have? I hear it the next day. And I'm like, and then I hear it the third day. By the third day, they were like, put your angel wings on, which I sometimes just go put little angel wings and I clean up trash on the beach just because it's fun for me. I go there and I'm with my daughter and I'm tossing out rolls of toilet paper, not knowing why God asked me to do that. But then magically, there's a guy that's filming from NBC television. And then I find out later, the next day, the reporter put it on the 6 o'clock news. Millions of people saw it. And it was during COVID. And he said to me, this was the only piece of good news during all the fear campaign and the propaganda during COVID. Now, I didn't know that when I heard share your toilet paper. I just knew I had 60 rolls of toilet paper from Costco and I had extra.
Yeah. Yeah. That's I think that happens a lot once you're on your mission, once you're open and receiving the information that you're supposed to hear. I had a similar experience. I was in my 20s and I was tough guy. I wanted to prove that, nobody messed with me. And, during college, we'd go to the bars and if I saw something I didn't like or someone was talking to my girl, I would get up and puff my chest. But so one night I had a dream and I was sitting in a movie theater watching a movie, and these three gentlemen started walking down the aisle. They were pretty dark skinned, and one was bald. And they started walking down the aisle, and I saw them, and I turned, and they stopped right at my aisle, and they looked at me, and the bald guy went like this, and I'm like, looked at my friend, and I'm like, me? He's like, yeah, you. So I walked up. I'm like, what do they want? And so then they started circling around me real slowly. And each time one they got to my each head that was in my ear would whisper, don't raise your fist in aggression or never raise your fist in aggression. And they would circle around me each time, never raise your fist in aggression. Each one would say it to making sure that I knew what they were saying. Never raise your fist in aggression. And then the bald guy stopped right in front of me, had these beautiful blue eyes, and he looked at me. And I knew this message was so powerful and that they were trying to tell me something. And I said, "Who are you?" And he goes, "I'm you." And then I woke up, and this is why dreams like this are so powerful because I woke up and I had forgotten what the phrase was. Because you know, when you wake up from a dream, you're like, what was that? And because they had repeated it so many times, it just never raise your fist in aggression. That was it. That night, I was out at a dance party and I was dancing with this beautiful girl. And this drunk guy gets right in front of me and puts his fists up. He wants to fight me. And I knew exactly what I was supposed to do. And what I did was I just stopped with total faith. I closed my eyes and I said to myself, I didn't speak it out loud. I just thought, never raise your fist in aggression. Never raise your fist in aggression. And 10 seconds later, I opened my eyes and he was gone. Didn't punch me. We didn't even know where he was, completely gone. So, till from that moment, I've been nonviolent. Never ever got into another fight after that. It's been, I don't know, 40 years, for 35 years.
See, so being a star seed and identifying as a star seed, you not only receive the information, the data, you take action on the still small voice, that reception that you get, you take action, and then you just get out of the way because then God, your higher power, love, all that is, will be the glory. God,
Hmm.
the glory of that when you dedicate all of that towards the higher light.
Yeah. So tell us more about like this Starseed. How how do you know? So basically, how do you get on your mission? If you think you're a Starseed, how do you get on the path?
Okay, well, we talked about listening to the intuition. And if you ask, the answer is within you. So if you ask, who am I? 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 Then those answers bubble up and then you follow those breadcrumbs and you take action. For example,
So
for
the
me,
reason
I
I
was, well, I'm just going to give another example. You knew me then. This is like 2007. I was born Tina Renee Castaldi. I started automatic writing because I had felt like I should write. And then the pen started writing back to me, kind of like a Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh experience. And that I heard you will now be called Athena Starseed. And I went, oh, no, I won't. And they were like, oh, yes, you will. And I'm like, I'm going to get fired from my regular career, which was a personality celebrity trainer thing. And I just made that name famous after 10 years. And then they were like, no, you're changing your name. You're going to dissolve this whole identity. You're going to let go of the master chief. And I call you and I'm like, Michael, they want me to change my name. Like after all this branding.
I
And you were
remember that.
like,
Yeah,
I'm going to make you business cards. You made me business cards. Like that week, you came over to
yeah,
my house. I
yeah.
literally, before I even passed one out, I started getting calls from all over the world and got readings. And I
Hmm.
did the readings in my front room, my healing room. How did they know? I don't know. I just said to God, if this is from you, ding, if this is from you, God, then I'm just going to pray that any soul that needs to hear whatever I'm going to say, they'll find me. And
Yeah,
I've been reading ever since then, since you made those business cards for me.
right. And she's really good at it too. So the reason I asked that question is because I know that there's so many people out there that resonate with that word and that feel like they are star seeds. They're from another place, another time, even another star system, and they don't know why they're here. I asked for them because some of them are working jobs they hate, or they are with family that abuses them, or they just can't get out of their situation that they're in. What would you tell those star seeds?
So when you're listening deeply to the solutions, the kingdom of heaven is within. When you're listening to that still small voice, I heard you have to leave this boot camp thing that's making you a lot of money and you need to change and do this other thing. I had to trust God and get off one ship and get on another. And it was uncomfortable. I'm not going to say, oh, I felt like, oh, this is such a great idea. I was like, okay, I trust you. Are you sure? And I had to go through a disillusion and a
So you
recreate.
had You have to reinvent yourself completely and just take a leap of faith, basically.
I had to listen and then I had to take action, whether I liked the direction I was going or not. I had to
Yeah.
trust God. So
Right.
if you're in that job and you heard 3 or 4 times you need to get out of that job, you got to figure out, like, just even write to yourself, what did I love to do when I was 5 years old? What am I supposed to do? What brings me the greatest joy? And then
Mm,
God will hand you something. Even for me, when I've tried to like say I'm going to go in this direction, God will give me flow over here. Like I do retreats for fasting, and I thought I'm done with that. I did that for 25 years, and God's
so,
like, no, you're going to do it again, and then I'll plop a $10,000 client, and then I'll go, oh, I guess I'm still doing this.
okay, let's talk about before we close up this second course too. You mentioned God a few times, and I want to talk about God. Are you talking about some father figure with a beard sitting in a chair in the clouds, or something else?
So when I say God, the one that cannot be named, the all, the ineffable, the everything, I'm thinking of generator, G, organizer, O, dissolver, D, the God that brings everything into form, shifts it, and then brings everything back into dissolve. So if you
Mm,
think about the seasons, there's a spring, a summer, a fall, and a winter. So we have to give credit to the beyond beyond. And
mm,
it's called Tathagata, beyond beyond, Tathagata. It's ineffable. So we can't put it into a human personification,
mm.
yet God cannot be excluded from the personage of Jesus or Krishna or Buddha or Ramana
Or us. Mhm.
or us, because
Right,
God is omnipresent in all things.
right. There we go. That's a perfect place to end this course. That was beautiful. Um, what homework assignment would you give them until before we get to course three? Do you know
Okay,
what
so
course three is about?
no, I'll let you tell them in just a second. Let me do the homework first. So, number one, if you haven't seen the three magic words, please watch it. That was homework assignment number one. And even if you watch it twice, it'll keep washing over you and it helps you just drip away. Okay. So it uncovers a golden Buddha that's underneath of there. That's all wisdom, all light. The second thing is start automatic writing to your soul. Hello, soul. I love you so much. Thank you for having this incarnation. Please tell me what my next 3 steps are. That's it. Just do 3 things that your soul wants you to do. And it could be as random as singing a song, painting a painting, walking your dog, watering a plant. Trust the deep, small voice within.
Mm. Course three next time is called The Illusion of Separation, Remembering Our Oneness. So that is going to be a fun topic, the illusion of separation. Um,
Please subscribe to the channel. We want to say that.
yes, please like it and subscribe.
Subscribe to
Um,
both channels. We're going to have it
yeah,
on both Ask Athena Intuitive Readings and also the Starseed Films.
yeah, and you'll get a notification on when a new video is up and when course three is up and beyond.
And I just want to say secretly, there will be a retreat sometime in the future where you can see us in person.
Love you.
Love you
Thank you,
too.
everybody.
Blessings and light,
Bye,
all our
Athena. Bye,
Starseed
Athena.
family.
Bye.